Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Resonant Rise. How y'all guys doing today? I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's been a really good day today. We've been having some really great weather here, and I've been just chilling outside, doing outside fun stuff, and then I remembered, holy crap, I gotta go do some recording. Anyways, I hope you guys had a great weekend. This should be coming out on Monday. I'm actually recording this Saturday night. I want to get a little bit of a head start going. So, I hope every one of you had a great weekend. And yes, if you, most people are probably out on the screen. Holy crap, Val! Some things have changed. And if you haven't, you guys are not perceptive enough to see it. So, anyways, a chain of events went through to me changing something about the texture pack I'm using. And if you, yeah, of course you can notice the wood underneath my feet and the stone over there have changed. If you're even more perceptive, you'll notice that the thing on my hip has changed. It's not a square anymore, it's a circle. And some things led me around to look into different textures for Botania. And the reason I was looking through different textures for the Botania, this is some of the stuff I did off screen, I'll tell you that in a second. But I was starting to get into like different stuff I can make with Botania and stuff like that. Like I was messing around with all the cool rods, which I will show you guys in just a second, so don't worry. And I was messing around with different stuff you can craft using something called a catalyst. And I was looking through something, if I can find it. Hold on, let me see if I can find this bad boy. I don't know, but I was messing around with the cat. Oh, come squirt into me. Thank you. I was messing around with the catalyst, and what you have to do with the catalyst, you have to take it. If I remove this, you have to take it and put it underneath the maniple, and it will allow you to turn certain items into other items. Like I was taking quartz and turning them into prismarine shards, which is really cool because I really love how the prismarine stuff looked. But then I was messing around with building stuff. Like you can see, I kind of messed around with this. Like the sea lanterns, I made the sea lanterns, and I messed around with like the prismarine blocks. Hold on, let me see if I got any. Yep. I have some prismarine blocks on me, and I changed around the textures for them. The default textures, I never really liked the default prismarine textures, but I really like the color of them. Like they have a really nice color, but the textures themselves I never was a fan of. So I was wanting to use this stuff in the build for our magical crops, because I was using those magical crops, the actual block stuff that and I really like them. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just, I don't know. It didn't look right to me, and I'm trying not to show you. Anyways, I've integrated some of the sea lanterns into the base. I really like how they look. I changed out because we had glowstone. You can see I still have a piece of glowstone here. You can kind of see a couple of the textures have changed. Not the main ones, like the pick and stuff. Like all my stuff in my inventory hasn't changed. The only things that have changed are Botania textures and chiseled textures, because I was messing around with that, and I really like how this marble looks. It gave it even better color than what it was. So let me take this and replace that. I actually didn't see it. Do I have a sea lantern in here? No. Yeah, I do. Give me the sea lantern. Thank you. But yeah, I like the sea lanterns for lighting. And also, if you notice, I made a new pick. I was getting tired of this pick because what it would do is every time I ever mined a piece of quartz or something of that nature, it would automatically smelt it into burnt quartz. So I made a new pick. It really wasn't that hard. You know, I just did the same recipe with the cobalt head and the tool rod and manulium. And whenever you level stuff up in Iguana Twigs, I've said this before, it automatically comes out random. Like I got reinforced 4, haste, auto repair was automatically put on there, and then I put a silky jewel in instead of fortune because we didn't get fortune, which is and I really like it because of course we have silk touch and we have reinforced 4, which is really cool. And you guys have seen a little bit of insight on what I'm about to show you guys. But the reason I was messing around with the textures because I was building the new tower out of prismarine stuff, and I didn't really like how it looked, so I changed the textures around. I pulled the textures out of, I think it's Sphinx or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. It starts with an S. A lot of you probably know it. If you know it, throw it down in the comments. But yeah, I changed it around, and I changed out the marble, and what do you guys think? I really love how it came out with the sea lanterns, and I really love the textures of the prismarine bricks and the prismarine. I love the look of it. And that's the reason I pulled it out of that texture pack. And if you want to know how I did it, It was actually extremely difficult, and it's hard to explain. But yeah, I pulled it out. I pulled the texture out, and I put it in a different texture pack that I had, and it was a hassle. It was a hassle, but I got it. It got it to work, and I really love how it looks. I really like the pattern I did for the top. I have water running all the way through it. I actually did this on accident. Because I had that layer of marble. If you remember, I tore out the layer of marble, and now we can actually see the dirt. I might change that. I don't know. I might. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I tore it out, and the thing started flowing. I freaked out. I was like, "Holy crap! It's going to take out all my seeds." But luckily, I had all of them in a line in one row, so it just kept flowing down. Like there's no problem with it. So that's really cool. Each level has a different source block, so I don't ever have to worry about it not hydrating anything. So it runs all the way down now, and I really like how it looks. I really love the color of it. Like I use white stained. This isn't the regular white stained glass. This is the white stained glass from Tinker's. And the reason I use this over the regular white stained glass is because it has connected textures. And if you use the regular white stained glass, which is right here from just regular Minecraft, it doesn't have connected textures, and I didn't like it. So I use that, and then I can still see a piece of glowstone. I actually just finished up doing this earlier, and I still haven't replaced some marble I tore out. So I'll have to do that in a second. But I installed elevator blocks and stuff for it. I kept the... Oh, nope. Go back down. Thank you. Tear this out. Yeah. But I really like how this build came out. It's still running pretty good. If we go look at over our ME system, fly faster. I really like this. I'm really glad we got the Sojourner Sash. Because we... or the Globetrotter Sash, not the Sojourner Sash. Essence. We're doing pretty good on Essence. I was making a bunch of Essence glass and stuff, and I just didn't like how it looked. It in a mass quantity, it just had too much going on for me, so I didn't like it, so I tore it out. And we're starting to we're collecting a bunch of Essence. Like we have 1,000 gold Essence, a bunch of that, a bunch of platinum. We can make a lot of platinum right now if we just take this. Yeah, we can make a ton of platinum. And all that fun stuff. And I'm really glad that we finally got that building done. If we can check it off our list, we have... Oh. Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to be extending it up. I would like to add some other things to it, and maybe we might take out seeds in the future. But the problem with that is we're out of essence now. We really are. We're totally out of essence. We only have 4,000 left. And we started with 160, and now we're down to 4,000. That's insane. But anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and throw all the building blocks in here and then get on to the stuff I was wanting to show you guys today. And then maybe at the end of the episode we can start on the Tower of Mana stuff. And I'll probably start one right here and maybe remove this tree. And it's really not. It's a really simple design, and I really like how I came out with it. Let me go ahead and sleep real quick. Where'd the bed go? Sleep. Okay, so I made a couple different Botania items off screen. I didn't want to do all the crafting with you guys. If you want to know, I just made a couple of them. I made this thing called the Rod of the Bifrost. I made this Rod of Unstable Reservoir. I think that's how you say it. And we got the Rod of Shaded Meza. And we have the Hand of the Ender. And this is just some glowstone. I really like how the glowstone looks. That's from Chisel 2. From the texture pack. I really like how that looks. But I really like the sea lanterns more. And I'm really glad I got this pick because now I have Silk Touch. But enough of that. So each one of these rods and this glove are really unique in their own way. And the way that they work, first off with the glove, this is basically a portable ender chest. At the cost of, I think, just a little bit of mana, and due to our armor, it's cut down drastically. We can open a portable ender chest. Like, we already have, like, this is linked to a vanilla ender chest type deal. Like, if I had, it's not linked to the ender storage that we have as a mod. It's linked to just the vanilla ender chest. So if I needed to put anything in here, you know, I could do that, pull it back out. Ender storage, stuff like that. Instead of having to carry around an ender chest like you would have to do in vanilla Minecraft, you can use the glove. That's kind of cool. That's not my favorite, though. And then we have this thing called the Rod of the Shaded Meza. And if you remember, well, it's hard to remember. I've never shown it off because we don't have it. But if you've ever messed around with something called the Portal Guns mod or the Gravity Gun mod, you know that that mod has some cool things where you can pick up mobs or animals and then shoot them or place them in different directions. And this thing actually does that, which is kind of cool. It uses mana to pick up mobs. Unfortunately, it's not that powerful, so if you move too far away, the mob will drop. So you have to be careful with that. and you could take it and you can move it around just at the cost of mana. And I found that I lagged out. But at the cost of mana, and I found that it's not a lot that it takes, like barely any. You can set it anywhere in the world as long as you keep a hold of it, and you can also throw it, which is kind of cool. Poor piggy. But yeah, you could do that with just about any mob. You can do it with a cow, pig, any kind of vanilla mob, any kind of, well, just about anything. You can't do it with entities, unfortunately. So let's throw that bad boy. Sorry, piggy. But yeah, you can't do it with like blocks and stuff, which is unfortunate. But that's really cool if I'm doing like farms and stuff and I want to move animals around. So that's really cool. Oh, lag. Oh, I'm lagging today. Okay, let's go back. Oh. Stop it. So let's go back over here. I have a feeling this one's going to lag me out a little bit. Next off, we have this thing. It's called the Rod of Bifrost. And if you don't know what this thing does, it's actually a really powerful rod. It's made with elementium, pixie dust, and a dragonstone. And the other one was made with just some wheat, some dreamwood, and a dragonstone. So none of these things are really that expensive. This thing's just made of leather and a mana pearl. That's really the only thing that's expensive. So if you right click with this thing, it uses mana, which again, I don't ever notice us losing that much mana from this stuff. Maybe it's bugged or something. But if you right click, it'll create this really cool looking road out of rainbow blocks that I can't mine, unfortunately. They're unmineable. But let's say if I didn't have fly, or if I didn't have that stuff, like if I didn't have something that could give me indefinite flight, this would be really cool to have if you're ever going through, like, I don't know, if you're going from treetop to treetop or from base part to base part and you didn't have flight and you didn't want to build a bridge, you could just do this, which is really cool concept. It can go up to 100 blocks in one click. I usually just hold it down, and really it doesn't even use up mana. I don't know if that's a bug or not, but it doesn't use up mana. See, if we look at it, we have 989. And if I use this, it's supposed to use a significant amount of mana. So if I used it just then, it actually takes durability off the thing and it recharges itself. And we didn't lose any mana, which is really weird. So it can go up to 100 blocks. It also disappears. The road will disappear after 15 seconds, I do believe. And I love this thing. I don't know why. I really like it, but with flight and stuff, this is really just useless. But with flight, this is useless. But I just really like how it is. But unfortunately, with this thing, you can only make one at a time, so I can't like make another one right over there. Unless I hold it down and wait for the other one to disappear, and then it will make another one. But unfortunately, I fell through it. But yeah, there are some things I don't like about it, and there are some things I really do like about it. I really like it because it's a cool concept for Botania, because not all mods have like indefinite flight. Botania actually has their own indefinite flight with it, which we will be getting into in just a couple seconds. But it is a cool thing. And it doesn't use mana. It's supposed to use mana, but it doesn't. Probably a bug. And this next one is going to be really hard to demonstrate. It's a really powerful rod. It's made from Gaia Spirits, Dragonstone, and Dreamwood. And what it does is it's specifically geared towards mass mob fighting, like a bunch of mobs. And it's supposed to be a really powerful wand, and what it does is it randomly attacks. I'm sorry, there was something stuck in my throat. But it randomly attacks like mobs in an area, and it's really hard, to demonstrate this, but I can kind of do it with my mob spawner. If I spawn a bunch of them in right here, you can kind of see it. I can't attack them, unfortunately, because all it does is ever hit this glass. And if I take out that glass, unfortunately, they'll escape, and that's not good. So, if I use this rod, it does this really cool animation where it's shooting down these lightning bolts of randomness, and it will randomly hit those mobs that you're firing at. Unfortunately, it does use a bunch of mana when you're using it. So we're at 970 right now. We're holding it down just for a couple seconds. And now we're at 958. So yeah, it does use a ton of mana. If I get it closer, I wonder if it'll let me do it. Oh god, I like that. Oh god, I fell in my XP bar. Look at this. We're filling up this awesome XP tank. Yeah, we have a ton of it on hand. So if we... Unfortunately, we can't really hit these mobs, but you can kind of see what it does. It's really cool. If I ever get footage of me just fighting a bunch of mobs off for no reason, I'll show you guys from that. So let me turn this off. And let me go ahead and get rid of all these stupid things. Die, 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 die. Oh, I love our blaze farm. Get rid of all that XP. Go clean our inventory. But yeah, that's the only things that I've done so far from Botania. Nothing too major. Let's go ahead and put our sword back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go clear out my inventory really quick. I'm going to get everything together that we're going to be using for our cool new tower thingy mabobber, our Botania mana creation tower, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay? See you in a bit, guys. Alright, welcome back, everybody. I've got everything we're going to be needing. Well, just about everything. So, what I've done so far is I have upgraded these mana spreaders. I've turned them into the Gaia mana spreaders. They're really simple to make. All you have to do is... No. R. All you have to do is make these Elven mana spreaders, which I've already had. It's really simple to make. Wrong button, pal. They're really simple to make. All you need is Dreamwood, Elementium... No. Yeah, Elementium and any kind of mana pearl. And then all you gotta do is surround that with Gaia spirits and a dragon stone. So they're not that difficult to make. Sorry about that. And the first off, when you're gonna place these things, you want to make sure, before all else fails, is that they're shooting their mana into this mana distributor. And I've already told you what this thing does. All it does is it distributes mana evenly between these 4 mana pools. Alright, so the way this works is I'm chaining mana off of each of the mana pools into an upward... Well, I'm chaining them upward so that I can continue building on this upward, so that the mana is coming from these guys into these 4 mana pools, into these 4 mana spreaders, into the next layer of mana pools, and so forth and so forth. And what this will do is it will chain a tower of mana pools, and it's really, really simple, and it's really not that. It's really compact. But before you start building it, make sure that these little lines right here, these little bleeps, dots, whatever you want to call them, are hitting the mana disputer. Disputer, yes. And make sure it's hitting that and not these, because if it's hitting these, it's not working correctly. You need to make sure it's hitting this mana disputer. That thing, yes. So, what you're going to want to do is go up about 2 blocks. I usually go up 2 blocks from that position, and then set down another mana disputer, or however you say that thing. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. And then you want to set 4 mana pools around that said disputer thingamabobber. And then, as you can see, these things are already working. And then make sure this thing's in function mode, or binding mode. And then have those things going into that mana disputer thing. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. And then what this will do is it's going to be shooting mana from all 4 of these mana pools upward into these 4 mana pools. And then you're going to want to repeat this pattern again, putting all the mana thingamabobbers, placing your blocks, 1, 2, and then placing another one of these, breaking these blocks, greatest commentary ever, and then just placing down your mana pools. Now, I got a feeling I'm going to have to take out that tree. I really didn't want to take out the tree, but I feel like I'm going to have to. And then just go ahead. Make sure this thing's hitting that thing. The middle part, no. No. Binding mode. Thank you. Go to there. Work with me. I hate this thing. I really wish this thing was a lot better at its job. Go there. Go there. Go there. There you go. And then this thing is chaining upwards. So now we've already compacted for a 12 mana pools in just this 3x3 space area upwards. So you can have this indoors, you can have this outdoors, you can have this just about anywhere depending upon what flowers you're using. Of course, I'm just using these Indo Flames. So really, this could be underground if I wanted to make it underground, but I don't want it to be underground. I just want it to be here. This is just the first installment of this. I plan on setting maybe 3, 4 of these just around the area, or maybe underground underneath this thing, because I still have a hole down there I haven't filled. So I might put it down there. Of course, you can make it as tall as you want, and really, it's a really compact way to make your mana production, and I really love it. I came up with this design. I can guarantee it. I'm putting my hands up. I'm probably not the first one to ever come up with this, But I don't really watch videos over stuff like this, and I feel like this is revolutionary, people. This is revolutionary. So if you like this design, don't be afraid to use it. You can use it all you want. You don't even have to give me credit for it. And I guarantee I wasn't the first one to come up with this. But yeah, I really like it. It's compact, it's simple, and it's easy. And it's pretty much infinite because you can go all the way up to build height. Go up as high as you want. And these things do work. You can still place your sparks down. You don't have to remove these. It's just hard to do it. Whenever you're placing your sparks down, let me see if I can find a spark. If you're going to be using this to make terra steel, you just right click. It's already placed it down. I know you can barely see it, but if you right click on one of these there it is. If you right click on it, you can see that it is in place, and it just kind of disperses itself upwards so you can see it. So yeah, you can do that on all 4 of the levels whenever you're making terra steel. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. Easy storage for mana. Super fun, super easy, and you can make that as high as you want. Alright, welcome back everybody. Sorry about that little cut. My computer decided it didn't want to work anymore and froze up. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Yes, we are out of time. I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope you guys really love this new build I've done. I really love how it came out. Give me your comments on it. Do you guys like the added textures to it? Do you guys like the color? I really love it. I think it suits the build quite well. It looks like it needs to be underwater, to be completely honest with you. Well, Prismarine is kind of water-based, so I guess I understand that. But yeah, tell me your feedback on that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode for the 4th time. You know how much I love doing these things. Leave a like if you did. Support the channel. Support my ongoing ego. I'm just joking. But yeah, I really do love doing these episodes, and I love this build. Give me your feedback on this build. Do you guys like the textures? Do you want me to remove the textures? If I go back to the old default textures, it won't look as good in my opinion. I just didn't like it. But I love the color. But I didn't like the textures. And I saw these textures when I was looking online, and I just fell in love with them. So I hope you guys like them as much as I do. I hope that cool Botania thing... Oh, I'm getting weird frame problems right now. I think I need to restart my computer. But yeah, I hope you guys like that little tutorial type deal on that mana tower over there. I hope that helped you out, guys. Helped you guys out a lot. I'm done rambling. I'll see you guys next time. And bye. My Lagnus. See you later, guys.